How do you see the influx of AI into the world kind of in that space for you?
Yeah. I'll speak briefly on AI because this is obviously a whole rabbit hole that we could spend, I mean, a month on.
Yeah.
But what an incredible tool. And at the same time, we're starting to see some some deep problems with it.
Mm,
And one I would say, just to point out, is affecting people's originality, their creativity, their ability to think deeply for themselves. And this is
mhm,
something to just take note of. And
yeah.
that's probably all I'll say about that is um gosh, is it tempting,
Mhm,
to do a whole bunch of stuff in AI. And I've actually made a commitment to not write any of my long form copy,
mhm,
using AI, even edit in AI, because as a writer, it feels scary for me to think about just kind of going. It just feels like a little bit of a dark path for me.
mhm,
And I'm so grateful that I wrote my master's thesis before we had ChatGPT, any
mm,
Claude, whatever, any of these others, copywriting AI generative tools, because I'm just so grateful that everything in there is from my own brain.
mhm,
And I want to be able to say that about my long form content these days too. So that's all I'll say
mhm.
about that. But it is an interesting topic worth a lot of consideration.
Excellent. Well, so talking about your strategy around reducing that kind of digital distraction, give us some actionable things that we can do in our lives that folks can do today to make a change in that world.
Yeah. I'd say the first thing to do is just notice. If I think if you're trying to instill any new habit, kind of
Okay.
noticing, some awareness around it. And one great way is to it depends on your digital use,
Hmm.
how compulsive, you check your phone and things. But one way to just test it is to say, I'm going to use this block of time, an hour, 3 hours, where your phone is off, ideally, and out of your sight. This point is critical. The phone being out of your sight, because there's some studies that show that your phone being present, even if it's face down,
Mm,
even if it's someone else's phone, your attention is more fractured, you're less present. So putting your phone away, out
okay.
of sight, for any length of time, and just see how you feel. And I guess I mean all screens. So don't replace it with just watching Netflix, right?
Yeah.
And a time when you're not working. So your screens are off, your screens are away, and see how you feel.
Yeah.
you know, most of us will feel that immediately.
Yes.
You'll feel like you're missing something. You could feel FOMO, like you're missing out on something. You just feel this kind of low level compulsion.
Hmm.
And in these 24-hour screen free challenges that I do, it's pretty wild. It kind of, at first I was kind of walking around my house like, oh, I need to be doing something. Like I just missed a meeting or something, so it's pretty interesting.
Nothing's
And
popping up on a screen telling me I need to be somewhere.
yeah, but the issue is that, and again, it's tempting for business owners because you can justify a lot of your digital use with
Hmm.
your business,
Sure.
right? But it's not really serving us in the way that we don't have any space in our brains to process our emotions, to think through things, to come up with some of these really cool, novel, original ideas,
Hmm.
like we used to. And this isn't a podcast about young people, but I will say that young people are suffering immensely.
I agree.
And
Yeah.
yeah, their mental health is really, really declining because of the rise of the smartphone, almost, in my opinion, exclusively.